Speaker, just want to take a quick call. In fact, my only call today on the student loan scheme bill. And while within the debate we've referred to interest-free student loans, and indeed the government has accepted that the electorate has said that interest-free student loans are important to it, and the government commits to them, it strikes me that the term interest-free student loan is something of a misnomer. Because, of course, Mr. Speaker, the loan is not interest-free. It's just a question of who pays the interest. And at this stage, that happens to be the New Zealand taxpayer. So while they have the burden of paying the interest on behalf of the students, I do think it behoves the government to ensure that the scheme is administered well and that the repayment levels are optimal. And that leads nicely onto the second issue that's been discussed today. The problem actually right now is not with whether or not the loans are interest-free, but whether or not in fact the loans are being paid. And the fact is, at the moment, about 45% of the loans are written off. And Mr. Hipkins makes clever use of statistics about the speed with which those who do pay their loans off pay them off, which is true. But the fact is, nearly half of them don't. And many of those people are overseas. So I applaud the improvements in the bill that will ensure that graduates and other borrowers have better mechanism by which they will pay, because like Mr. Robertson, I received calls actually from people from overseas who said that they would like to come back, but the burden of the student loan had become so great that they were reluctant to do so. The third and final thing I just want to touch on is the basis of the administration fee, which, as I understand it, did get introduced under the Labour government, and so therefore it's not a question of the principle but of degrees, and certainly the costs of administering the scheme have improved dramatically. But at 8 or 9 million per year in total collection of fees, that represents only about 0.75% of the total loan base. So I can't agree with Mr. Robertson when he says that this is interest by stealth. Overall, Mr. Speaker, I think this is an excellent bill and I commend it.
Members, this debate is concluded. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Party vote's been called for. Ask the clerk to conduct the party vote.
New Zealand National?
57 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour? 42 votes in favour. Green Party?
9 opposed.
Act New Zealand? 5 votes in favour. Māori Party?
Toko whai tautok one.
Progressive? Favour. United Future?
1 vote in favour.
Mana? Honourable Chris Carter?
1 opposed.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 110, the noes are 10. The motion is agreed to.
Bill, third reading.
Call on Government Order of the Day number 5.